Every story has a hero, but behind every hero there's someone just as important, the one who forces them to grow, to change, to fight, the antagonist. Hi everyone, I'm Andrea from Bibisco, the novel writing software downloaded by more than 200,000 writers all over the world to bring their stories to life. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating and misunderstood characters in storytelling, the antagonist. By the end of this video you will understand how to design an antagonist who challenges your hero, drives the plot, and gives your story real depth. Let's start simple. What would your story be without someone standing in the hero's way? Probably not much of a story at all. Conflict is the engine that keeps every story moving. Without it, you don't have tension, transformation, or growth. And at the center of that conflict stands the antagonist, the character, the system, or the force that opposes your protagonist's goals. But being an antagonist isn't about being evil. It's about creating resistance, making the hero earn every victory. An antagonist forces the protagonist to act, to make choices, to reveal who they really are. Think about the Lion King without Scar, or the Hunger Games without President Snow. Without opposition, Simba wouldn't face fear or responsibility, and Katniss would never become a symbol of rebellion. The antagonist gives the story direction. They are not just the wall the hero runs into, they are the reason the hero keeps moving forward. Now let's clear up one of the biggest misconceptions in writing. An antagonist isn't always a villain. A villain is an antagonist with malicious intent, someone who consciously chooses destruction, cruelty, or chaos. They might manipulate, dominate, or harm others to achieve what they want. Think of Thanos in Avengers or Cruella de Vil in 101 Dalmatians. Both driven by power and obsession. They want control and they don't care who gets hurt in the process. But some of the most memorable antagonists don't think they are villains at all. They believe they are doing the right thing. They live by a code that clashes with the protagonist's beliefs. Take Inspector Javert in Les Miserables. To him, justice is absolute. Valjean's redemption threatens that order, and that's what makes their conflict so powerful. It's not good versus evil, it's law versus mercy. And this is what separates a one-dimensional antagonist from a compelling one. Great antagonists force your readers to question what's right, what's wrong, and what they would do if they were in the same situation. When you write an antagonist with conviction, you don't just create a barrier, you create a mirror, one that reflects humanity's complexity. Once you have defined your antagonist, the next step is giving them weight and presence, making them feel alive on the page. A great antagonist doesn't just exist to make life hard for your hero. They shape the emotional core of your story. They are the reason your protagonist transforms. Whenever they enter a scene, the story's energy changes, the stakes rise, the tension tightens, and the audience leans forward. Think about Miranda Priestly in The Devil Wears Prada. She's not plotting destruction, she's excellence incarnate. Her perfectionism, her standards, and her coldness push Andy to grow, to define herself, and to decide what kind of success she really wants. The magic of a great antagonist lies in that invisible dance between opposition and revelation. The antagonist pushes the hero to confront what's broken inside them. Without that pressure, the hero wouldn't evolve. So when you write your antagonist, don't think of them as the bad guy. Think of them as the architect of transformation, the test your hero must pass, the teacher disguised as an enemy. And if this video helped you see your antagonist in a new light, then you know what to do. Give it a like and subscribe. That way you'll keep discovering new ways to make your story stronger every week. Not every antagonist wears a face or speaks a line of dialogue. Sometimes the most formidable ones are forces beyond human control. It could be nature, like in The Martian, where Mars itself becomes the ultimate test of survival. Every sandstorm, every malfunction, every silence of space challenges Mark Watney's will to live. Here, the antagonist isn't cruel, it's indifferent, and that indifference creates the purest form of conflict. Other times, the antagonist is a system, sometimes vast, uncertain, unseen and unyielding. In 1984, it's totalitarian power. In Erin Brockovich, it's corporate corruption. These stories shows that sometimes the fight isn't against a villain, but against a world that refuses to change. And then there's the most personal kind of antagonist, the one that lives inside the hero. Fear, guilt, addiction, doubt. In A Beautiful Mind, it's John Nash's illness. In Inside Out, it's Riley's inner turmoil. These invisible antagonists work because we have all met them. They make the hero confront their limits, their truth, their identity. They don't test muscles, they test character. When the battle is internal, every small victory feels monumental. And in the end, defeating the antagonist means understanding yourself. So how do you actually create a memorable antagonist, one your readers can't stop thinking about? Start with one simple question. What do they want and why? Desire is the foundation of conflict. If your protagonist wants one thing and your antagonist wants something that directly opposes it, you have a story. But go deeper than surface level goals. Ask yourself, what wound drives them? What fear shapes their actions? What belief justifies their behavior? Thanos believes he's saving the universe, not destroying it. Prince Hans in Frozen wants recognition after a lifetime of being ignored. These motivations don't excuse them, but they make them human. And that's the goal, to create an antagonist that readers understand, even if they don't agree. In modern storytelling, the line between hero and villain has blurred like never before. Characters like Abby in The Last of Us or Walter White in Breaking Bad challenge us to look deeper. We root for them, fear them, and sometimes even become them. They remind us that morality isn't black and white, it's lived in the gray. Audiences today connect with complexity. We crave stories that reflect our contradictions, our capacity for both kindness and cruelty, love and selfishness. That's why modern antagonists often mirror the flaws of the world around them. They are not pure evil, they are human, broken and believable. And that's your challenge as a writer. Don't create an antagonist your readers hate. Create one they can't forget, because when your antagonist feels real, your story lingers long after the last page. So how do you turn all these ideas into an antagonist who actually works on the page? That's where bibisco's tools can make a real difference. When you are building a complex character, especially an antagonist, you need to go beyond the surface. It's not just about deciding that they are the bad guy. It's about understanding why they think the way they do, what they fear, what they desire, and what lines they would never cross. With bibisco's character interviews, you can explore those questions in depth. It feels almost like sitting down with your antagonist over coffee and asking, why did you do that? Or what happened to make you believe this? Their answers often surprise you, and that's when they start to be real. You can also visualize relationships with bibisco's mind maps. It helps you see how your antagonist connects with everyone else in the story, who they manipulate, who they challenge, and who might secretly understand them. And once you have built their world, bibisco's timeline tools let you track how their choices ripple through the story, moment by moment. You start to see patterns, motivation, and turning points you might have missed before. Because writing a great antagonist isn't about inventing evil, it's about creating someone believable, a character whose logic, even when twisted, feels real. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and if you want to create unforgettable antagonists and build richer stories, download Bibisco today. You will find the link in the description. Bye bye!